Hello, all you wonderful Rise of Kingdoms players out there. This is Dragothien here, and today we're going to be doing an overview of what you see in front of you, the new Kingdom Overview screen. It breaks down all the seasons like we've been talking about in the previous 2, 3 patch note reviews. Also, there's some major changes to the Imperium system that weren't really well explained inside those patch notes. We're going to go over those as well in this video. Spoiler alert, there is more than 32 Imperium kingdoms now. So, first off, let's kind of jump into the breakdown of the different seasons and what that means to your respective kingdom. Now, I think this is a glitch on the left side here where it's got the pink box. That's the selected tab that I've got right now because I wanted to show you and start from the top down on these different seasons and how it works when it comes to Imperium kingdoms, but also Rising kingdoms as well. So if we jump up to the preparation season, the first two here, they're too new to have anything going on, but each one after that, you see 2 stars with a little arrow going up, hence the Rising Kingdoms kind of thing. Each continent has two. So the rule is that each continent, the top two kingdoms in that continent cannot be migrated to. They're locked up until that changes. Now that can change. Like so for instance in region Zeni here, say Kingdom 214 gets a big wave of migrations in, which again, for the early kingdoms, the way migrations work, anybody in the continent can migrate within the continent, and anything later than the continent can also be migrated from into the continent. Now, if you're in region, why did I pick this one? Cytomino, you can't migrate to later kingdoms, but you can migrate to earlier kingdoms, okay? But you got to be within the same season. Now, again, this is Rising Kingdom for this one. This one's Rising Kingdom for this one. These are fluid and they update on the fly, very similar to the way Imperium systems work in general. But that's how the preparation season works, as well as season one, which again, these are kingdoms that have not completed the Lost Kingdom KVK 1 yet. These are all pre KVK 1 or in KVK 1 kingdoms. As you can see, we still have Rising Kingdom statuses throughout. And again, each of these have two that you cannot migrate in. Of course, during KBK, you can't migrate anyway, but this is just a designator at this point. Now, the interesting things start happening when you start to get into Season 2, Season 3, and Season of Conquest. Let's jump into it. So, Distant Journey, Lost Kingdoms currently in Season 2. You have off season, and then you have kingdoms that are currently in KVK. I like this breakdown because, again, they've really separated out the kingdoms based on season, and then that allows them to basically break down each season's KVK into either you're in KVK or you're not. You don't have to worry about finding where people are at in the Lost Kingdom menu versus the regular Kingdom menu. So, first off season kingdoms list. Again, you've got your kingdoms here. As you can see, no Imperium kingdoms that are not in KVK right now. However, there are plenty of kingdoms in this one that are. In fact, there's a specific number, and that is 8. So in season 2, here's 4 of them right here in one kingdom. This is a really strong KVK, by the way. I'm looking to maybe do some content for these guys when they start getting into Kingsland and things like that. But as you can see, there's 4 Imperium kingdoms inside of this continent's worth of Lost Kingdom. 2070, 2059, 2060, and 2056. And then as we continue down, there's another one that's just like it. I just got to find it. I think it's the first one here. Yep, here we go. Here's another one. 2039, 18, 15, and 1. All 4 of these are Imperium. Now, again, this is not the old Imperium system, okay? So, Season 2, you will have all the time 8 Imperium kingdoms. They've made it to where each season has its own set of Imperium kingdoms. This is a big change from what it used to be, which is it encompassed the entire game and had 32 top Imperium kingdoms. Now it is 8 in Season 2, 8 in Season 3, and 24 in Season of Conquest or Season 4 and onward, whatever you want to call it. And that means that the amount of Imperiums won't change, but the Imperiums themselves might. So as you move out from season 2 to season 3, if you're Imperium in season 2, you might not be Imperium in season 3 because there could be some lag time between kingdoms going to different seasons. Also, for older kingdoms, I think this is a huge change. This allows some of those not necessarily weaker but lower powered Imperium kingdoms to retool up and get more migrations in and hopefully start competing with some of those top Imperium kingdoms that have had 4, 5, 6 migrations after their KVKs. So this should build more stronger kingdoms. Now, whether they use that strength to do fighting or whatever, that's up to them. But this gives them the capability, and this gives the older kingdoms the capability to really start retooling up and maybe building a stronger kingdom where they might have lost some people going to newer kingdoms to try and play the game over again or have fun doing the game a different way or whatever that case may be. So, again, Season of Conquest, we have 24 Imperium kingdoms. That's exactly what we're working with. And as you can see on the off-season kingdoms list here, we have a full list that doesn't break down by continent. I'm curious as to why they do that, but 68, 66, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and then there's one there's one Imperium Kingdom that's in Lost Kingdom right now. These are all heroic anthems. So as you can see, these are all the heroic anthem maps. And you can see the different kingdoms that are inside of all of these maps. And there's 612, the other 24th Imperium Kingdom in this Lost Kingdom C11001. Now, we also have Strife for the 8 coming out. I know a lot of kingdoms, including 307, just got the countdown timer. And I know a few kingdoms got the KVK countdown timer last week. So this is going to be interesting to see. They don't have them listed yet. As you can see, the menu doesn't actually expand or extend. But again, to recap the way this system works now, in preparation stage and in season 1 of a kingdom's history or a kingdom's history, I think is the best word to use it. It's the top 2 kingdoms in each continent are considered rising kingdoms. It's not based on the entire season or anything like that. It's just each continent, your top 2 kingdoms in those continents are considered rising, and they have the same Imperium rules that the rest of the kingdoms have. Season 2, however, is when we start getting into actual Imperium kingdoms, and it's based off the entire season. And again, this has everything to do with using the Imperium system proper, and you can only have 8 in Season 2. So, again, having big migrations out from earlier kingdoms to the newer kingdoms, that can make you Imperium, certainly. Anything you're talking about from Season 1 to Season 2, you, I believe, can't do that anymore with the new rules. So it's going to have to be older players coming into newer kingdoms is the only way to really do that now. Same thing with Season 3. You can go back to Season 2 and redo it again if you want to, but you can't go forward until you've completed everything that you've done in the first 3 seasons. And then, again, this is also in Season 3, 8 Imperium kingdoms that are separate and by themselves. They're not influenced by Season 2 Imperium kingdoms or Season of Conquest Imperium kingdoms. So I hope this has been helpful. I think we've broken it down as easily as possible. I think this also will help us get together a little bit more clearly on which kingdoms are in the Heroic Anthem pool, and people will start putting together the pairings when it comes to Strife for the 8, Heroic Anthem, and then the upcoming Trojan War one as well, where you can possibly kind of start to put together who's going to be in your continent whenever Lost Kingdom opens up for your kingdom, and you can start making some matchmaking there when it comes to getting set up and making your alliances. So I like the new system. I like the way it's set up. I think, again, this setup while it is more Imperium Kingdoms, which to me kind of sucks because I just hate Imperium Kingdoms in general, the system of it all. I think this helps earlier kingdoms, which is good because they've had a lot of things happen where it's been detrimental to earlier kingdoms with the way MGEs work and just things like that. Being able to have your own separate Imperium system per season is helpful, and then lowering the cap, which used to be 32 for the whole game, down to 24 in Season of Conquest would be very nice, especially considering, um, you know, as you migrate people from older kingdoms to newer kingdoms, that makes those Imperium kingdoms that are in Season of Conquest even lower powered. And again, it's easier to start retooling those kingdoms in Season of Conquest. So I hope it's been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you guys, if you have any questions, throw some comments in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the sub button if you haven't already, for God's sakes. And I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Have a good one. Take care.